I, Edward Joe Goldfarb, do solemnly swear to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, so help me God. Hello, I took that oath upon my commissioning as a naval officer and designation as a naval aviator. At that time, I was the youngest naval aviator. After honorably serving, I joined the Dade County Public Safety Department, which is the sheriff's office, as a deputy sheriff, on the promise that they would move me into the aviation unit after 2 years of probation, which they did not do, but they went back on their word, which is something I never do. And I went back to Florida State University to complete the education I put on hold to serve. Upon graduation, I began a very successful career that culminated in director of advertising with three major corporations: AutoZone, Jewel Food, and Super Value Stores. When Jewel was hostily acquired in the late 80s by American Stores, all top management lost their jobs. I went on 6 job interviews and was given 4 job offers. That's how I ended up in AutoZone. From AutoZone, I started my own advertising agency, very successful, traveling 4 days a week. I was on a plane because I was doing business nationally while my wife ran the inside. Well, she divorced me and very cleverly took the business away from me. So without a business and a restraining order, I couldn't even call on the clients that I brought in. I started a very successful career in real estate. I have well over 2,400 sales. Both in the corporate and my real estate career, I attended 2 world-class seminars for negotiating. One was given by Herb Cohn, the other Roger Dawson, which really sharpened my negotiating skills, which I have used several thousand times successfully. I read books and articles on negotiations. My favorite is Donald Trump's book, The Art of the Deal. I use some of his tactics quite frequently. Let's see, so from the corporate world and starting my own business and real estate, while I've been in real estate, I have got an idea for an invention called the Sopo dispenser, which I got patented, and now we're in the stage of raising more capital to launch. I formed Sopo Dispenser Corporation in that endeavor to launch this new product. All this would be put on hold if I'm honored to serve again and you support my campaign, and I call it my victory campaign. I don't believe Ms. Wasserman Schultz has ever faced a more formidable opponent, and my opponent. And my ace in the hole is going to be my chief of staff, who is probably the most awesome chief of staff on the Hill. He's a lawyer. He has a graduate degree from Oxford in global business. He's an adjunct professor of political science. He's an analyst, a consultant. He is a contributor on Fox, MSNBC, CNN, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Brilliant young man. And I think together on the Hill, there's not going to be a more beatable team. Let's see what else I can tell you. I cannot be bought off. I cannot be sold. I cannot be intimidated. I love our country. I want her back. I want her recentered to sanity. I'm running as a constitutional independent. I believe I'm the only constitutional independent because I want to vote for the people, what's best for America, not special interests, not special groups, not special corporations, but for all of us. And the other thing I'm going to do that I don't believe any other congressional member does is I'm going to have office hours weekly, starting at 9 in the morning in a public venue. That's when I'm back in South Florida, where anybody who wants to talk to me will be able to, and we will start at 9 and we won't stop until I've answered every question. I plan to do that on a weekly basis because I think accessibility is very, very important. In the last, I would say, 40 years in business, I have not missed a day's work or failed to answer my phone, except for the 5 days I was in a hospital with pneumonia and they took my phone away, otherwise I would have answered it. But I don't think you're going to find a more dedicated, congressional member that loves his country more than I do and really wants to serve and be in touch with the people who put me in office, because I'd be very grateful and thankful for that. Thanks for listening. Oh, by the way, you can support me right now, and I'm asking you, please do this. Go to eddie@goldfarbforamerica.com. Just give me your name and email address, just so I know you're supporting me, and I'll be able to reach out to you with things that are important that I have to say as the campaign builds and gains steam. We have 2 years, almost 2 years to do the job. I'm not used to failure, so let's work together. Goldfarb, the number 4 America.com, and just give me your name and email address, please. This would be very important to build a database of people who support our patriotism and our love for America. Thanks for listening.